I don't think some people understand the severity of what's going on in Gaza right now. I don't think many Americans understand how severe it is. And I think that's because when the media covers it, the very few times that they actually cover it, it's just numbers. It's this miles long, this miles wide. There's been this many casualties estimated. But I don't think people understand how severe this G-side is, truly. Because they have nothing to compare it to. Because to them, it's just numbers. Gaza is roughly the size of Manhattan, and a year ago they roughly had twice the population of Manhattan. Half of their population were children. Most of the Gazan citizens were born after their last election. The last time I checked, the conservative number of lives lost is estimated to be around 300,000. That's the conservative number. I am certain that number has gone up by now. That does not include the West Bank, Lebanon, or Yemen. Right now in the north, the IOF are trying to eradicate pretty much everybody. The only reason they aren't doing it in the south is because too many people in the international community are putting pressure on them and on the US. The ICC just issued arrest warrants for Netanyahu and Yoav Gallant, who is like this super high-ranking official in their military, because they have been found guilty of committing war crimes. That means if Netanyahu or Yoav Gallant can go anywhere in like half of the world's countries, including Canada and Mexico, they will be arrested and probably prosecuted and sent to The Hague. A few days after that, all of a sudden, half of the Democrats were like, hey, maybe we should stop sending weapons to Israel until all this gets settled. And do not think that they're doing that out of the kindness of their heart. They're doing that because that they know what's coming down the pipeline is U.S. complicity. Not only is there evidence of complicity of trying to cover everything up, there's evidence that there are U.S. troops in Gaza. Pile on to that the insane amount of weaponry and financial assistance that we've been giving them in the past year, a lot of U.S. politicians are probably going to have arrest warrants for them too. AOC can't even keep her fucking story straight. She voted in favor of associating anti-Semitism with anti-Zionism and criticism of Israel, but now she's all of a sudden trying to get on board with Bernie Sanders and trying to praise him for starting this whole thing to stop weapons from going to Israel. And then we'll go right back to praising Israel. She is quite literally the perfect definition of a two-faced politician. She constantly says whatever's popular, but constantly does whatever's unpopular. She constantly talks about doing the right thing, and then goes and constantly does the wrong thing. They call it a political circus for a reason. They're actors, showmen, and con men with political power over you. They don't have to do good by you, they just have to make sure you're not unhappy enough to rise against them. As always, we're not free until we're all free. And from the river to the sea.